Hi guys, it's Sterling Spectre here. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing ASIC mining to GPU mining. So ASIC mining is very different to GPU mining. ASIC stands for Application Specific Integrated Chip. This means that the chip in an ASIC is designed and purely made to mine one coin and only works on one mining algorithm. GPU stands for Graphics Processing Unit. This means it was made to display graphics. It also has a secondary use as a crypto miner. Generally, GPUs can mine on pretty much all crypto algorithms, so they aren't made just to mine one coin. A GPU can't compete with an ASIC when it comes to raw hash rate and efficiency. However, a GPU does make up for being less efficient and less hashing power. In today's video, we are going to be comparing the differences and examine which one is a better choice to buy. When it comes to hash rate, an ASIC miner definitely beats the GPUs, but this is expected from a miner that is specifically made to mine a coin. So the newest ASIC miner on Ethereum network will be the Bitmain Antminer E9. This is reported to have a hash rate of 3 gigahash on the ETH algorithm. This will cost around $40,000 per miner. Now, to get that same hash rate from a GPU, you would need to buy around 30 top-line GPUs. This would probably cost around the same amount to buy as the ASIC, but the efficiency of the GPU wouldn't be anywhere close to the ASIC miners. For example, this new ASIC produces 3 gigahash with a power output of 2,550 watts. When you compare this to the output of 30 GPUs, you get a dramatically higher energy output. If we take, for example, 30 of the new 3090 cards, they each have a power output of around 300 watts. So if we time 300 watts by 30 GPUs, we get 9,000 watts of power. So when we compare the efficiency of a GPU to an ASIC, they're around 3 times less efficient than ASICs. We all know that efficiency is directly linked to profits of mining. When using an ASIC, it's so efficient that you only lose around 10% of your profits to electricity. However, mining with GPUs, you can expect to lose around 25 to 30% of your profit to electricity. So it's surely expected that the ASIC would beat out the GPU based on raw hash rate, efficiency, and profits. However, this only counts for one specific coin. This is where the GPU gets a redemption, and this is because the GPU can pretty much mine every algorithm. So GPUs aren't made to mine cryptos. They are also made to play games or render and such things like that. So it's very good as a GPU has multiple applications it can be used for, and one of these is crypto mining. The reason that GPUs have survived in this space is that many of these new proof-of-work coins have developed algorithms to stop ASIC miners from joining the network. This in turn has forced ASICs to only mine a few coins. ASIC miners were supposed to render GPUs useless in mining, but people who run these coins believe that ASIC miners aren't the way forward in terms of crypto future. That's why they are making ASIC-resistant algorithms. Furthermore, GPUs aren't made to mine, so the producers of them don't have mining in mind when making them. They like to focus on the longevity of their GPUs. However, ASIC producers only care about making the highest hash rate miners. This in turn means that ASIC miners have a very short lifespan compared to GPUs. For example, if you're mining with a Bitmain S9, you can only make around $1 a day using 600 watts of power. Now that ASIC came out in 2017. If we take a GPU from 2017, let's say the 1080 Ti, today a 1080 Ti will mine around $1.20 worth of Ethereum at 200 watts of power. This means that still 5 years later, the 1080 Ti has an amazing efficiency when compared to the Bitmain S9. So over time, GPUs tend to produce more steady profits, and ASICs tend to produce really good profits for a short period of time. Now, ASICs do have the advantage of being very easy to use. They are pretty much plug in and play when it comes to the setup. All you need to do is plug in the miner to the wall and select the mining pool you want to use. After that, all the profits just end up in your wallet. On the flip side, when it comes to GPU mining, there is a lot more setup required. The first thing you need to do is install an operating system. Once that is set up, you need to choose a miner, then set up the miner. Then you have to dial in overclock settings and connect to different pools. So setting up GPU rigs are harder than ASICs, but this is good as many people just go straight to ASICs because it's easy, while us GPU miners set up a rig. It takes time as most normal people can't do it. Now let's get into the ROI and future profits of both ASIC and GPUs. Most ASIC miners will return their investment within a year. However, past that year, the profits drop dramatically. This is because of the fact that the new ASICs are being made every quarter of the year, and each of them is better than the last. Because of this constant increase in computing power, it drives the profits of the previous models down the drain. This basically makes your ASIC miner useless when it comes to reselling it. Only people with the lowest electricity costs would be buying older model ASICs, as they are still profitable if you have low electric costs. So while you'll probably make your money back from an ASIC, the money after that won't be as much as before and you can't resell them for double profits. This is where a GPU really comes into its element in terms of ROI and future profit. A GPU has an ROI of around 6 to 8 months depending on the price you bought it at. Unlike ASICs, these GPUs will produce profits way further into the future. As mentioned previously, the 1080 Ti has been on the market for 5 years and still produces a large amount of profit even after the 5 years release. On top of that, a resale value of graphics cards are very good right now, and a lot of cards have even doubled from their original price. This is purely due to the fact that people can use graphics cards for other things like gaming. The ASIC is a one-trick pony and can only do one thing. However, a GPU can do lots of things when it comes to computing. So this is where the flexibility of the GPU shows. You could mine any altcoin you want and convert that into Bitcoin on any exchange. This means that effectively you've mined Bitcoin but used your hashing power on a different algorithm. Many GPU mining pools now offer payouts straight in Bitcoin without any exchanges. You basically mine whatever coin you want and they pay out the amount in Bitcoin. This means you'll be able to technically mine Bitcoin with any GPU. The flexibility of a GPU is great when it comes down to picking coins to mine. Lastly, I want to touch on the noise that ASIC miners put out compared to a GPU rig. ASIC miners are notoriously loud. This is a problem as you need space to store them where you can't hear them. Places such like apartment buildings and attached houses will not work as they are so loud that people would get complaints. The latest ASIC miner has a noise level of 80 decibels. If it were 5 decibels higher, it would be considered as very loud, and if listened to for extended periods could cause permanent hearing loss. This means that you need a space that is either soundproof or far away from other people. On the flip side, the new 3090 is only 40 decibels, which is likened to a quiet room such as a library. So ASICs require a certain space to be stored, whereas GPUs can be placed anywhere. In conclusion, I'm not saying that ASICs are bad, but they do require a sizable amount of money to start and continue updating when mining. I think ASICs are a major part of the crypto ecosystem and they are good progression from GPU mining. I think that small to medium miners should stick to GPUs until they're a really confident place where they can afford to buy an ASIC without making a sizable dent. GPUs are great for future profits and ASICs are good for large profits at the start. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. If you have any thoughts on the video, please leave a comment below.